From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people. When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP this morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports and even entertainment. Join us weekdays 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
What a special talent. Cole Palmer is the name. He had a brace yesterday in less than 20 minutes into the match, and on his first goal, it's great to know he nutmegged the first defender, played a brilliant backhand, and hits then. Also from outside the box is Cole Palmer. He has now scored a lot of goals for himself. He's the first Chelsea player to score 20-plus goals in all competition since Eden Hazard did it during the 2018-2019 season. Left foot, header, right foot, perfect hat-trick for Cole Palmer for Chelsea in less than 30 minutes in the match against Everton yesterday. 3-0 ended. He got a back-to-back Premier League hat-trick, and that's a wonderful trick for this young man. Talk about Cole Palmer. It would also interest you to know that he's the first Chelsea player to score 4 goals in a Premier League match since Frank Lampard against Aston Villa back in March 2010. And that man is amazing. Talking about Cole Palmer, what a player. Magnificent. I love to talk about this man, and you see how good it's been over time, and you begin to say, what is next for Cole Palmer? But I give you more record about Cole Palmer. 38 games, 23 goals, 13 assists has got to his name. Cole Palmer hat-trick. It makes him 19 Premier League goals, 24 goals in all competition this season. He's the first ever Chelsea player to score 7 successive Premier League appearance goal in Stamford Bridge. I'd love to say that again. He's the first Chelsea player. It's a record. Keep a date to this man to score in 7 successive Premier League appearances at Stamford Bridge. Best scoring runs for Chelsea since we've seen a lot of players doing this again. Now, Cole Palmer, December 2023 to April 2024, he's got goals for himself, 7. And then for Ado Johnson, legend of the game with Chelsea, 2001, better word, and also to 2002, he got goal 6. And then Didier Drogba, some call him Didi, got December 2006, 2007, February, was a goal for this man. But for Cole Palmer, the man you see on your screen, 29 minutes, the quickest ever hat-trick for Chelsea player in the Premier League. It wouldn't be wrong if I say you should take a bow for this man for how far he's come to play. Cole Palmer is the joint top scorer of the Premier League with Erling Haaland with 4 goals last night, 20 goals right in the making, 20 Premier League goals, 24 total in all competition, and 11 goals in 6 games. I won't say that again. Maybe I'm not hyping in this man the way I need to hype him. 11 goals in 6 games. He can only be one name. Talk about Cole Palmer. But you're welcome. Let's talk about sports on the show. This is Voice of the People Television, and this is where you need to be. I'll talk about the Sports Republic show. I have David with me, but then don't be surprised that I talked about Cole Palmer for the start. I am Kizike, and David here with me to talk about this. David, good morning. Great to have you join me.
Very good morning to you, Kizzy. What a beautiful game of football yesterday. Right. Cole Palmer showing how much he's evolved over time.
Keep singing the space, sing the space, sing the space. Keep singing the space.
I like the fact
keep singing the space, right?
I like the fact that he's really been doing well to lift Chelsea to where they are presently. I mean, take away the guys' goals, attribute, assist. Chelsea possibly be struggling for relegation right now. So, but one way to see if Cole Palmer is not just a one-season wonder player, is English.
Right.
Right. And we know how the English press can hype their players. But let's not take it away from the fact that he's done amazingly well this season for Chelsea. And as it stands, well, joint highest goal scorer in the EPL, that is an amazing feat.
Without no doubt, hype or no hype, English media, whatever, talk about Cole Palmer. I love to say that he's a potential player. We've seen a Cole Palmer play in a City jersey and how effective it's been. When I saw Cole Palmer from the outside, I said, this man is a talent. Each time I talk about Phil Foden, I recall Cole Palmer. And that's how good he is. I don't want to believe Cole Palmer is a hype player because I know the English hype is big. But the reason for Cole Palmer is the fact that he's a player who is trying not to settle for less. He has decided to move on. And he said, I can't play second fiddle. We saw Phil Foden saying, I want to leave. Phil Foden actually pointed fingers to Pep Guardiola saying, I want to go. Conor Gallagher is playing, Mount is playing, call the lack of players that get start. I want to go. And Pep Guardiola said, you cannot leave. Sit back. You're still a young man. Watch David Silva play. And Bernardo made a move from Monaco. So, but Cole Palmer is saying that my time is far. Looking at his age, look at Phil Foden. Foden has got a lot to offer, right?
True.
And Palmer felt like, I need to go. And he has made a move to Chelsea. Yes, like you said, but I don't like to agree with you on the part you said, if you take him off Chelsea, his goal scoring prowess, the team will go for a league. I don't think.
Trust me.
I don't think a Chelsea can.
How many goals is it?
20 goals, right?
20 goals. Take away 20 goals with what they presently are.
You can't take away a goal.
Take away his assist.
You don't want to take. You don't want to take away a goal from a player in a team. I mean, the goals scored, the assist.
This young man, single-handedly sank Manchester United.
Okay.
And of course, gave Everton that major defeat yesterday.
Right.
Now, if you take him off the team, trust me, they wouldn't have won that game.
Yeah.
And possibly they might have. I'm talking about the game against Manchester United.
The question is Chelsea. How well do they concede? They don't concede lots of goals.
They concede well.
You can't say that will take them to relegation. I don't see Chelsea can never be relegated.
I only said they will be struggling, like being in the relegation waters. It's very visible.
Let's say football.
It's about points and goals.
But it's a teamwork. Cole Palmer will not get 20 goals if he doesn't get those assists from those likes of
players.
Now,
let's even face it.
The rest of Gallagher,
the big names,
you can't take them off.
The big names that were bought into the team.
Right.
I can't even recall how much Cole Palmer was bought into Chelsea. But the big names are not coming to the party.
Right. You call them big names. Why not use the word
big money players.
Or big money players. But Caicedo has never been a big player for me.
But he's a big money player.
He could be. The money. That's the money. That's
Enzo
the money.
Fernandez is Enzo.
Enzo.
Someone even said yesterday.
Enzo has
reporter said yesterday that if Enzo is not playing that Chelsea team, there's fluidity up front and everybody's running and playing well.
We just saw that yesterday.
I really would not want to use a game to judge, Enzo Fernandez because hey, let's not take it away from him. He's a World Cup winner.
I think I would agree with that part. Pochettino is just trying to play all these guys together, and Poche has not found his first team. Yeah. He's trying to play Enzo, Caicedo, and also Conor Gallagher. Yesterday, personally, I know Gallagher's positioning. When you talk about Gallagher, when he went on loan to Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace, he played as a box-to-box. That was the best position this young man wanted to play. And yesterday, we saw the transition in the middle of the park. Caicedo is a fast player. Gallagher is a fast player. Enzo is quite slow. So it's about the manager making a choice, getting one. It's not that it's going to be on the bench.
But again, I really don't want to buy into that because if you look at it from the perspective of the fact that you want a team that would be running riots at other players, how about a team that can't hold the ball in the midfield?
Yeah, that's why you have a Caicedo. Caicedo is doing a lot of holding. So it's about what we still rage back on what we talk about Arsenal. Declan Rice can play that positioning of advancing and still going.
Yeah.
So Caicedo has the ability to go up and still come back. So Gallagher is also a very strong player. But
do you know when Caicedo goes up front, sometimes depending on the team you're playing, if you're fast on the counter.
Did you see yesterday? Anytime Caicedo is up, Gallagher is behind him.
That's what I'm saying.
So Chelsea works for Chelsea.
Well,
it would work
over Everton. It possibly works.
Okay, Everton.
Some other team might not work.
Okay, so let's get started on the show quickly. We start from the MPFL. This one says Lobby Star get Naira boost to beat 3SC. Would also let you know that 3SC are the oldest club, talking about Shooting Star, playing good football. They are situated in Ibadan. As it stands now, the chairman of Lobby Star also is giving this money boost to the players, saying he's going to double the money. And now the deputy governor of Benue State, Barrister Samode, has boosted, the morale of the players ahead of the MPFL match. They tear the clash against Shooting Stars of Ibadan. Now, the Benue deputy governor assured the Yes Father boys of total government support ahead of the remaining matches and donated $500,000 to the team. The team captain, Daniel Atsaka, thanked the governor and members of his entourage for their visit, and he also appreciated them for their support and promised that the team would never let them down. Lobby Star will confront 3SC in a crunch encounter billed at the Lakers Alumni Sports Complex, and that will be in Ibadan. David, coming up, what does money done? Again, I asked you this question yesterday, and I'm asking like I don't know, but maybe you come in a different way. What is money in football? What is the motivation? How well does money motivate in football?
Again, I repeat, money is a propeller to good things ahead.
Okay.
If you have money, your passion will even double.
Yeah.
The drive to want to do better will double. But then again, I honestly think that sometimes it is best to appreciate a player at their best. If 3SC needs this game and they need it big time, why not?
So you feel the money will
give
help?
them some support. Yes, of course, it definitely would.
Okay, so we look into that one. Still waiting to know what Shooting Stars will do. That's in Makodi. Lobby Stars feels to be the better side by the log, whichever way, no competition. But it's football, anything can happen when it has to do with football. So 3SC need to work very hard to see that they put in a good result or better performance in the game come next. That's on March the 30th in the Nigerian Premier Football League. But quickly now, let's go straight to the world of boxing. Sport Ministry partners with Setelco Promotions for inaugural awards. The first of its kind boxing award ceremony will be held in Lagos, organized by Setelco Boxing Promotion in collaboration with the Ministry of Sports. This event is a line, a very big one, in line with it's an aim better way to celebrate and recognize Nigerian boxing heroes, including boxers, referees, judges, and that's just how it is. It's a very big one. According to Omonio Yakubu Imadu, the CEO of Setelco Boxing Promotion, the award aims to celebrate and recognize Nigerian boxing heroes, including boxers, referees, judges, and others who have contributed to the growth of boxing in Nigeria over the years. It sounds like a welcome development for me. Now, the awardees for this event includes notable figures such as Lieutenant General Kenneth Amenima, retired as well, late Hogan Bassi, as the Kura Sabo Muhammad, Attorney Kuyen Wugachi, Olawal Lukman, Olaiwola, Edith Ago, Okoke, Joseph Mensa, Ajani Remo, Abdullahi Masha, Samson Ranishola, and Adesonya Olu Shegun Ayodele. I'm liking the names though. I think I saw Mensa there. Now, the maiden Setelco Boxing Lifetime Achievement Merit Award ceremony is scheduled for Friday, April 19th at the Ikeja GRA Lagos, commencing at 6 p.m. Notable names, you just heard me say that. Let's move up to football again to give you update club. This was about the Chairman House Committee on Sports Throws way behind. Indigenous coach for Super Eagles job, and I would bring this one to you now. The Chairman House Committee on Sports, Honorable Ekene Adams, will join the call of Indigenous coach to lead the Nigerian senior national team Super Eagles. Honorable Ekene, who cited lack of time ahead of the African Cup of Nations qualifier games, explained that an Indigenous coach is capable of leading the Super Eagles to the next phase, talking about the AFCON coming up in Marrakesh and also previously won by Ivory Coast in just the previous one held in Ivory Coast, yes, AFCON 2013. Now, he called on the NFF to give the local coaches the chances to show what they can offer by selecting the most experienced and qualified from the pool of indigenous applicants to lead the Super Eagles. Following the later receipt from Concerned Nigerian Sports Development, supporting the emergence of indigenous coach to become next Super Eagles manager on that very one. Now, I've also thought about it and come to a conclusion and urged the Nigerian Football Federation to experience qualified home-based coach to lead the Nigerian senior men's national team in African Cup of Nations and World Cup qualifiers. And that's on that, David. Can we still talk about this all the time? No manager. I don't like to share this. We don't have a manager. How bad is this again?
I like the fact that you said we don't have a manager.
Yeah, we don't have.
And for me, it's quite interesting. I don't know why the handlers of the Nigerian football, and I'm talking about the NFF, Musa Bissar, I don't know about anybody, but for me, I think when you have a job, try and do it right and do it well. As it stands, the Super Eagles does not have a coach. Yeah. And over 500 applicants applied for this job. So out of 500, we don't get one. Yeah. One. There's no one that is fit enough.
I don't know if I'm the only one using the word shameful. Is it shameful to you, do you think? Or you want to minimize words?
It's beyond shameful.
Right.
Or it's disgraceful. Let me use that word. It's disgraceful. If people apply for a job, it is very simple. Find the best way to make sure that those people that applied maybe get screened, and then we'll have one or two persons say, hey, okay, this person is the one we've earmarked for this job. But we hope that...
okay, so we move straight to the novelty match coming up. Samuel Eto'o Fields, Didier Drogba, Sheyi Emmanuel Adebayo, and others are playing stars-studded the charity game in Abuja. The Federal Capital Territory FCT Abuja is poised to host a star-studded charity match as former legendary football players, the likes of Didier Drogba, Emmanuel Adebayo, Samuel Eto'o Fields, Imal Ebwe, also set to grace the event organized by the Arthur Foundation. The Charity Champion Cup match scheduled for June 15, 2024. We also see the participation of retired players, you know, talking about big names participating, and also JJ Okocha will still be there, kind of one call. The organizer speaking at a press conference in Lekki, Lagos, announced charity initiative in Nigeria, particularly to support virtually impaired individuals. The charity match will be held at the Moshood Kashimawo Abiola MKO National Stadium in Abuja, with the maiden event aimed at providing treatment for more than 10,000 Nigerians. And that's the charity. Now, Yahaya Atom, the founder of Atom Foundation, expresses his commitment to supporting the less privileged in society through foundation. Comedian, actor Stanley Chibuna, known as Funny Bone, highlighted the use of football as a driving force for the project. In addition to the renowned footballer, Super Eagles star like Victor Osimhen, Wilfred Ndidi, Hannah Kenneth Omura are also expected to participate in the charity match. Joining the roster are few Super Falcons players, including the likes of Azizada Oshola, Michel Alozi, as well as football legend Vincent Ayama and El Hadji Diouf. Talk about the Senegal player. From Manchester City striker Mario Balotelli is also slated to feature alongside Nigerian celebrities Tiwa Savage, Ayoma Konwa-Pororo, and Nedu Ani, who will also further enhance the event with a wonderful excitement. David, this, I don't know, this one's a lot of celebrities.
It's a good cause.
Yeah.
To raise funds to support the visually impaired. I honestly think that yes, it's about time that some of these both comedians, celebrities, basically do something to not only help people but also the visually impaired, which of course Funny Bone has come out to want to start. Again, it goes to say that some of these big names in terms of the footballers now, they still believe in showing so much love to
true. I mean, they came from places, right? None of them, you know, their background.
We'll keep our eyes on this one, yes, because I know very well that, of course, it's a charity match. Having all of these big names, there'll be so much interviews, so much statements that will make the headlines in this event. So we will keep our eye on this.
But how does the big names affect such events? The big names we heard.
Yes, what it does is it brings more funding because, of course, when they come, the gates are not just open. Tickets are bought.
Yeah.
I mean, the
just to raise funds.
Whatever is raised from ticketing, souvenirs, and all of that is going to be used to assist the visually impaired. I mean, African footballers are going to be there. I mean, the likes of Samuel Eto'o,
right.
DJ Drogba, Adebayo. I mean, a lot of them. Come on. You cannot just look past this one. We'll keep our eyes on this.
Personally, I love to see that man on the screen. I love to see him way after his story. You know his story, right? The wife and the wife actually almost. I don't want to use the word rendered him so poor. Or I don't know. But I feel like I know that's how his story was with all of divorcing and literally going almost everything he had. But I'm happy to see that Ebwe is back to his feet, even though he's retired. But talking about Ebwe right now, we can see him.
He can't be so poor.
You don't want to compare to the rest of the players who played with him.
Oh yeah, very true.
He literally lost almost everything.
Very true.
At some point, he was seeking for support.
Yeah.
He got it. So, but it's nice that Ebwe is also
involved. Looking good.
Yeah, he's actually looking very nice, sincerely. Okay, so that's Emmanuel Ebwe on the screen. But quickly, let's give you an update traveling to Algeria from our studios here. David, where's your bag? Let's go. Quickly, match fixing scandal rocks Algerian football. That's how bad it is now. The Federation of Algerian Football has bad one, so bad. Has waded into a match-fixing crisis rocking its local league. FAF, through a press release published on Monday, said the federation is continued by emphasizing the need to maintain justice and respect the regulations in force. Now, still on this very one now, FAF has said that they are working hard to see that everything comes to play. Now, the FAF calls on everyone to show responsibility and restraint. How bad is this one for Algerian football? Again,
Algerian football have been bedeviled of so much. But right now, we're seeing it from the point of view of integrity being questioned and a lot of calls for everyone to show responsibility and restrain from all of this politics in football. But then, you cannot take away this politics from football. I just hope they find a way to resolve this internal crisis because, yes, even in Nigeria, we have such. So, I mean, Davidson Omi and the likes fighting for the head of the Players Association of Nigeria, and you get to ask yourself, how much are you guys gaining from this fight? Why not come together and let's try to make it work? It's unfortunate. Really.
Okay, so another one in football, Chelsea, £90 million. Call it the £90 million money, like 90 million loss puts pressure on. For player sale. Chelsea is trying to be careful of the FFP. We don't want to sell players. We don't want to bring in players because we know the FFP are really watching that sustainability and profitability. Our rules govern the game in the Premier League. It's that so big. But we go on a break right now. When we return, we'll tell you more about it. Stay here. Don't go anywhere.
When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP this morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports and even entertainment. Join us weekdays 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome back from that quick break. Let's give you an update about Chelsea as it stands now. Chelsea faces a huge challenge to avoid breaching Premier League sustainability rules for posting an 89.8 million loss, and that's for pounds, for the 22-23 season. The Blues wage bill soared out to over 400 million last season, while they splashed out of 445 million pounds on transfer fees. But investment is the club's first full season under an American investment consortium fronted by the LA Dodgers. Co-owner Todd Bowley failed to deliver success on the field. Chelsea finished 12th in the Premier League last season despite having the second highest wage bill, behind only English champions Manchester City. Now, it would interest you to know that Mauricio Pochettino currently sits 9th in the table this season despite £454 million being spent on new players since June 30, 2023. Chelsea loanee were mitigated by the sale of a hotel for £76.3 million to the club parent company Luco. Now, figures of this current season are likely to be even worse, as Chelsea are not involved in European football. A run to the Champions League quarter-final last season was worth around £83 million, and Football Association figures released on Friday also showed the West London club have spent a Premier League record £75 million on agent fees alone this season. Chelsea are likely to have to raise significant sums from selling players before the end of June to avoid falling foul of the Premier League Profit and Sustainability Rules (PSR). Premier League clubs are allowed to lose a maximum £105 million across a 3-year assessment period. Chelsea posted a £121 million loss in 21-22 season. That's how it's been for Chelsea and their rules. And Everton also, you need to know, have been deducted a total of 8 points on 2 separate charges, and Nottingham Forest docked 4 points for breaches of PSR this season. I'm talking about the Chelsea side that got the result right yesterday against Everton, the Evertonians, and that was a Stamford Bridge 6-0. David, how can they avoid this? I mean, when I start hearing profitability and sustainability, I start thinking, how can they? Because if they don't, you know how the FA will do? They are likely to get them fined, maybe not this season.
Yep. They
will fine them this season, and they will have to bring a report again for next season.
True.
How bad is this, or how bad would this be for Chelsea? They should be careful, right?
Todd Bowley at this point will be telling himself, okay, so I did business rightly or wrongly. Every single player he signed since his arrival to Chelsea have been, the least I think has been 4 years, the very least. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
6, 7,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. That's how long he has made a player sign a contract with Chelsea. Now, if the FA has come out to say this is going to affect you in the coming season, then that is going to be a problem for them, which of course is going to totally rule out the likes of Victor Oseni going to Chelsea, because
they will have to be very careful.
They cannot pay.
Yeah, true.
They will need to sell off, and at this point,
just to merge with
what they have already and the FA rules. So it's going to be quite difficult for them. But again, I look at it from the point of view that they have quite a number of young players. So in the long term, it might help them. That is, if the players don't deepen in form, because form is everything that, of course, talks modern football. So as it stands, if their form is terrible, then I can say for free that Chelsea might just be struggling even more.
Yeah. So with that win for yesterday, can I say they are back to winning ways now? Because Chelsea usually give us this energy of 1-2 step front, like 4 step backward.
Oh, well, Chelsea and Manchester United are in the same boat, same WhatsApp group.
You don't want to compare. Who is better at the season?
Not
by log, by play, performance-wise.
By performance, I think Chelsea is still trying better than Manchester United.
Okay, so let's talk about Everton in the EPL, the English Premier League. Everton appealed against Premier League points deduction. Everton have lodged a formal appeal against a 2-point penalty imposed on the club for breaching Premier League financial regulation. Report said on Monday the club admitted breaching the profitability and sustainability rules (PSR) for permitting losses of £16.6 million. That's 20.7 million US dollar, right? Now, for the settlement period ending with the 2024 season, talking about Chelsea and also Everton. Now, Everton, the punishment followed the previous 6-point penalty imposed for 3 years period to 2021-22, reduced for 10 appeal. And also moving up next, we switched off late in the game, and that cost us our game from this man. Talk about Declan Rice. Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice expressed disappointment on how his team performed against Aston Villa. I believe the Gunners were not in their very, very good performance, adequately switched on the defensive play during the contest. Now, following the tunnel defeat at Emirates, I beg your pardon, several denting their title ambition, Arsenal acknowledged the need for an inquest in that very game. The loss was described as a very disappointing and gutting, given the chances they had in the first half to seal the game. Rice emphasized the importance of taking chances, especially against quality teams like Villa, warning that failure to do so could come back to haunt them as it happened in the game against Aston Villa. David, would you say that game for you, is there any excuse for now? It's gone now.
The same thing. Well, I like the fact that he's admitting to the fact that, yes, we got it wrong.
Right.
And we switched off at the later part of the game. That has been the error Arsenal have been doing for a while. Last season, they did the same. I mean, Zinchenko will just switch off at 70 minutes, and the rest of it will be so much stories afterwards. But then, I'm hoping that they can bounce back, and maybe Manchester City slips, but it's almost impossible, really. I was going to react to the fact that Everton's point deduction, they are looking at it from the point of how much did we breach this FA rule?
Right.
We just did 16 million. What about a Chelsea that did 82, 90 million?
City?
What about City that has done over 100 million? You guys are deducting that point. We should get money here.
Transfers now. Let's talk about transfers. Another MPFL star, Sani Faisal, set to join Chippa United. So he'll be joining our own player, Mabali. So we'll have to see two Nigerians just in that club. Nigerian defender Sani Faisal is one on the verge of joining South African club Chippa United. Talk about Soccer League club on the permanent transfer from Kano Pillars. We'll see how this works out. Faisal will become the teammate with Super Eagles first choice goalkeeper Stanley Wabali. According to report, the left back will join Chippa United in the summer. Now, also Faisal was part of the Super Eagles team that faked Mexico, Ecuador in a double-header friendly games under coach Pesero back in June 2022. The 27-year-old came on the second half in a 2-1 loss to the Mexicans. Now, against Ecuador, he was also in the starting 11 in that very defeat, and that's for that man on transfer. Well, quickly we do move up to this one. Aston Villa suffers heavy defeat at Stamford Bridge as Cole Palmer equals record. I beg your pardon, not Aston Villa. It was Everton. Suffering that very defeat in that very game. But let's talk about that game played yesterday. It was a Monday Night Football. First of all, I saw Dele Alli doing, some pundit job before the time. Dele Alli played for Everton at some point, and we know his story. But let's keep him aside. Everton. That was the worst result we've seen as Shandike have in his career. And when they played that game, I saw Brad White. He wasn't really on his A game. He got off the game, and then we saw McCain, who's match rusty, coming in to play.
Yep.
But I love the transition of Everton in the second half. They needed a man that can hold the ball. Onana Amdu wasn't giving us what we wanted.
True.
And we saw Andre Gomez coming in to play. But I felt like Andre Gomez should have gotten the start early enough, but it never worked.
It's quite
Beto, good player as well. Beto, but scored a goal that was disallowed by the VAR marginal offside. But for Chelsea, it's a big one.
Again, yes, it's a big one. Andre Gomez, I thought was going to start that game. Maybe one of the errors that some of these managers make, and it cost them that particular point. But then again, kudos to Cole Palmer, whose record, some amazing feats with Eden Hazard, another Chelsea legend who is no more playing football again. But then I honestly think that, yes, Everton should have done better. That defeat was heavy, and it was way off more than what we expected to see in football. But, of course, you believe that Chelsea at this point would be doing so much to make sure that at least they make Europe, and maybe, just maybe, Europe is going to be the next place for them, really.
Okay, so before we talk about tennis, I have this one. Arsenal will win the league, and that's coming from former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar. You begin to reckon the name, a big name, and you begin to wonder, what's this connection with Arsenal? Does these politicians watch football? Of course they do. Atiku Abubakar is a staunch Arsenal fan. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar believes Arsenal still have a chance of winning the English Premier League title despite the disappointing home defeat to Aston Villa on Sunday at Emirates. Now that's how bad it is. The Gunners, we are beaten 2-0 by Unai Emery's side at the Emirates Stadium, a result which dented their title aspiration. Goals from Leon Bailey from the bench and Oli Watkins' world-class finish condemned the North London side to their first Premier League loss since New Year's Eve. Now it also means that the Premier League title will be lifted by Manchester City for the 5th time in 6 seasons if they win their next games. I mean, if they win all of their games, better word, it's cool to say that. Now, we wait to know what comes to play. Atiku has, however, backed us now to bounce back from the defeat and fight for the title until the end of the season. Arsenal faces next the final week as the trade tackle with Bayern Munich in the Champions League come tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And the game that is poised, the fourth leg ended 2-2, got in the 2-2 with a difficult trip to Wolverhampton coming up next for Arsenal. So this is how big Arsenal schedules look at this point in time. But tomorrow, we'll talk about the Champions League before we leave the face. What is the fate for Arsenal come tomorrow? Okay, no, let's start with our article stock. Article is saying Arsenal can get the result. Arsenal can win the league. Do you think Arsenal can win the league?
Well, it's possible if the other guys slip, which is very, very visible. I mean, look at it from the perspective of the fact that Liverpool slipped.
Right.
City is yet to slip. City is looking so very, you cannot in any way catch me again. And believe me when I say this, City is that team that right now you don't want to ever look away from. But then again, it looks more like Arsenal will be doing themselves a big favor if they win the remaining games of the season.
Okay.
The only person that looks visible to do it on paper is Manchester City.
Okay, so we go straight to tennis news. Rafael Nadal returned to clay court as fans anticipate with massive support. Now, team fans are eagerly anticipating an exciting week ahead of the 2024 Barcelona Open. Welcome the return of the 22-time Grand Slam champion. His name is Rafael Nadal to the court. I want to see him play a game. Nadal has not been in action since January Brisbane Internationals, where he sustained a muscle injury during the quarterfinal loss. Although he briefly appeared in March to play Carlos Alcaraz, it was for a one-off Netflix special rather than an official tour event. Alcaraz emerged victorious in the so-called Netflix Slam, but Rafael Nadal's unexpected competitiveness left spectators eager for his official comeback, and that's for this man. Now, this week tournament will mark the Spaniard first clay court since his victory at the French Open in 2022. Now, wrapping up the show away from this, let's talk about boxing. John Wilder returns to the ring to fight Zhilei Zhang. Now, on the wild card, some call it the undercard of the Artur Beterbiev against Dimitrov Bivol. Large heavyweight world title fight, a heavyweight contest will see John Wilder face Zhilei Zhang. Beterbiev, the unified WBC, WBO, and RBF champion, will contend with WBA Charles Bivol for the undisputed crown on June 1st. So it's an update, so you keep it to yourself. Now, sharing the same bill, Wilder, a former WBC heavyweight world champion, will stage a comeback against China's formidable Zhang. Zhang had previously stopped Joe Joyce impressively in a 2 consecutive rounds before experiencing an upset against Joseph Parker. Now, Wilder, known for his thrilling trilogy with Tyson Fury, also encountered a surprise defeat to Parker moments before he was set to announce now cancelled showdown with AJ Styles. Talk about Anthony Joshua. Quickly, running to golf. Robert McIlroy to join Leaf Bodies soon. Maybe, just maybe. Sometimes in life you never know until you try. So we might see the golf superstar Robert McIlroy in the news in the Leaf Golf. He's being linked with a bombshell $850 million. That's big. It's a very, very big one. A deal to be joined by Leaf Golf and what would be one, talking about one of the greatest in this world of golf, most stunning defection to the rival. And that's how big it is. David, would you love to see this move?
So again, Roy is not winning trophies.
Yeah.
He's not winning any green jacket. Scotty is winning it.
Yeah.
If he decides to now go make money, I wouldn't blame him. Because as it stands, he's careful to, knowing that. Would
you leave where you've built a legacy because of a money one?
Legacy?
Oh, legacy don't get away money there. I don't know. You sound like that.
Legacy and money?
Okay, so
really?
Because of time, we don't have all the time to give you more update. But don't forget, the midday news will be coming for 12 right here on Voice of People TV. Quickly, the UCL, the big one comes tonight. There is no better time than now. Let's talk about this one now. The Champions League today. Barcelona at home against Paris Saint-Germain. All you do, love, for me in the show is to give me a prediction of that game. What is your expectation? Yesterday, Ousmane Dembele walked close to the Barcelona fans while he was coming in. You know how ovation goes. And he was booed. We know his story. Former Barcelona player, currently playing for Paris Saint-Germain.
All of this is just the gimmicks of the game.
Okay.
The fans know that Dembele is a fantastic player.
Right.
He knows that pitch. But would that really come to play today? I honestly don't know. But then, here's the thing. If Mbappe comes to the party,
right,
Dembele comes to the party, there is a possibility that PSG is going
if they
to
are
win
coming
that
to
game.
the party, what kind of shoe would they wear? Because when
The
you
shoe
say
of victory.
when you say yeah, sure victory, the first leg Mbappe was literally covered.
That's what I'm saying.
Araujo.
He did not. Look, we saw Mbappe against Argentina at the World Cup.
Right.
He was
No,
ruthless.
everybody know Mbappe. I
Now,
know him.
that's
now,
why I
right.
said if he comes to the party,
But,
simply means
David,
if he plays
let's
well.
not- I know, I get your point. I know what you're saying.
If
Let's not even
Dembele
use-
plays well
let's
as
not
well.
even use if. I like to tackle and trade big players on big moments.
Right.
This is when we need them. Paris Saint-Germain ambition are high. If they lose today, even the draw will not be enough.
But let's not also
They
forget
need to
that
win.
it's not about Mbappe alone.
Right, he let him play well.
The entire team.
It's,
should
no,
play
you
as
know
well.
it's a team. When you say you want to take a Cole Palmer out of the Chelsea squad, you didn't remember.
That's why I said so. There are some players that single-handedly can take a team
Right.
from point A to point B.
That's what Mbappe is.
Yes.
So let him give it today.
But there's a possibility that he might.
Can
That's
they go
why.
through? Can
That's
they
why
go through?
personally,
Can they go
I'm
through?
feeling. That's why I'm feeling that if he comes to the party, and then of course he gets major support from Dembele as well, he should most definitely lift the team. And of course, who says Barcelona cannot be defeated?
Can they go
But it's
through?
almost
Just give me a
impossible.
prediction.
It's almost impossible.
Give me a prediction.
So my head is saying Barcelona is going to win, but my heart is saying, hey, I think I
David,
want PSG.
you're not giving me a pure definition on this. You sound like a politician, but let's keep that aside. Tell me the next one. Atletico Madrid away from home, Signal Iduna Park, Dortmund today, 8 p.m.
It's going to be a tough call, but Dortmund should win that one.
Okay, so one of the first time it's time for us to go. David, thank you so much. It's one of the first time I'll be doing this, and I'm thinking I should do it now. For me, Atletico Madrid goes through, Football Club Barcelona goes through. Thank you so much for staying here with us right on the Sports Republic Show. We'll do it again tomorrow. God willing, when we return. Stay safe. My name is Kizike. Peace out.